We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Good afternoon friends. I am today going to start a lecture on leverage. As we all are not able to gather at college, so I've started this new initiative, and with this we will study a few chapters within this time duration. So the first chapter that we are going to study is leverage. Now, as described in the syllabus, this is the part of your module number 3, that is corporate finance. Good afternoon students. Today we are going to start module number 3. The chapter is leverage. So before I start this chapter, I would like to request all the students to please open this PPT along with you, and today we are going to solve the practical sums by this. So basically, leverage, the term leverage means the use of the lever to move something up with the reduced effects. Leverage therefore means the gain of the advantage by the use of lever. So students, leverage means a kind of a lever. It is a tool in the financial term to gather the financial resources. Take an example. The leverage are of 2 types. The first one is financial leverage and second one is operating leverage. And there is one more leverage, that is combined leverage, which is the combination of both financial leverage and operating leverage. As you all have this PPT, I will not go through this PPT, but let us concentrate or let us focus on this, the practical part. Here you can see the financial leverage, the basic definition with a practical example. Here is the formulas. Then again, this is for the degree of financial leverage example. Then again, an example has been given. These are the basic examples which I will taught you later, but here now today we are going to study is the main basic that is important from the viewpoint of GTU examination. So starting with the basic, let us start with this. For this leverage, the first initial thing that we require is the sales. From this sales we used to separate the operating cost. Then we get EBIT, that is earning before interest and tax. Then subtract the interest on debentures. Then you will get earning before tax, or it can be profit before tax. Then again subtract the tax from this, you will get profit after tax. Then again subtract the preference dividend only if provided in the question. I'm just writing only over here, if only provided. Then again you will get your net income, that is your NI. So to calculate the EPS, we need to calculate 2 things over here. The first one is EPS and second one is return on equity. To calculate the EPS, that is earning per share, we require your net income. Net income, that is net income NI upon number of outstanding shares. Then again return on equity. Here we are focusing only on equity share, so the formula will be your net income divided by total number of equity shares only. Now let us concentrate on the benefit of the financial leverage. Suppose we have the 2 firms, firm L and firm M. The total capital is 1 lakh for firm L and 1 lakh for firm B, but the formation of this capital structure for this L and M is different. For L, we have 5,000 equity share at rupees 10. So 5,000 equity share at rupees 10, that is equals to 50,000, and rest is 10% debenture. 10% debenture of rupees 50,000. So ultimately they have the bifurcation in their capital structure, that is equity share and debenture. So both 50,000 plus 50,000, that is your 1 lakh. And for firm B, there is only 10,000 share, as if we know over here that price is 10 per share. So here 10,000 multiplied by rupees 10, so you will get 1 lakh. Secondly, the EBIT, that is earning before interest and tax, is 20,000 and 20,000 for both the companies. Now let us calculate this leverage. Let us calculate this NI. So again, starting with the EBIT, that is 20,000 for both the companies. Then we will subtract here interest on debentures because the capital structure includes the debenture for the firm L. So there is 10% debenture share. So 50,000 multiplied by 10%, that is your 5,000. And in this case of company M, there is no debentures. So we will not subtract here. So there will be the simple dash. So 20,000 minus 15,000, you will get 15,000. 20,000 minus nothing, again same 20,000. Again we will subtract here tax rate. Now in this question, this is an imaginary question, so there is no tax assumption over here. So I have placed over here 0 and 0. So ultimately my net income is 15,000 for company L and 20,000 for company M. Now let us calculate EPS. EPS, what is the formula for EPS? That is NI upon number of outstanding shares. So here EPS, that is equals to your NI. How much my NI for firm L? That is 15,000. 15,000 divided by number of shares. Now here there were 5,000 shares of rupees 10. So here 5,000 shares. So ultimately my earning per share is 3 rupees per share. And over here in this question, NI is 20,000. So 20,000 divided by 10,000. How 10,000? Just because this is the combination of only equity share. This 10,000 is number of equity shares multiplied by 10 each. So you will get the capital of rupees 1 lakh. So here 20,000 divided by 10,000, that is 2 per share. Now see the difference. Both were having the same capital, but the earning per share is high of company L. L is your levered firm. Why this is the levered firm? Just because it includes the levered firm, that is the combination of different capital structures. इक्विटी भी इसने ऐड किया है, डिबेंचर भी इसने ऐड करा है, बट कंपनी एम ने क्या किया है? सिर्फ इक्विटी शेयर के ऊपर ही फोकस किया है. सो अल्टीमेटली उसका जो अर्निंग पर शेयर हो गया वो यहाँ पे कम हो गया है और यहाँ पे इसका क्या हो गया? अर्निंग पर शेयर इंक्रीज हो गया. सो हियर देयर इज for company L and company M, we have the equity share of 3 per share and 2 per share. Now go to the slide number 21. Go to slide number 21. On this slide number 21, there is a sum on the basis of EBIT and EPS analysis. This example has been given to you. Suppose a firm has a capital structure exclusively comprising of an ordinary shares amounting to rupees 10 lakh. The firm now wishes to arise the additional rupees 10 lakh for the expansion. The firm has the 4 alternatives financial plans. Point A, B, C and D. These are the 4 different plans. So in this question, basically the company has 10 lakh rupees, that is existing capital, and then the company now wants another 10 lakh rupees in this different forms. So for that arriving or to get that 10 lakh rupees, the company has 4 options. Option number A, that is it can arise the entire amount in the form of equity share capital. Point number B, it can arise 50% as equity capital and 50% as 5% debenture. Point number C, it can arise the entire amount as 6% debenture. And point number D, it can arise 50% as an equity capital and 50% as 5% preference share. Further, assume that the existing EBIT is rupees 1,20,000. The tax rate is 35% and outstanding ordinary shares is 10,000 and the market price per share is rupees 100 under all the 4 alternatives. So here we need to calculate that which financial plan should the company select. So for that solution, firstly what we need to do is, firstly I will write over here the capital structure. After this capital structure, we have 4 capital structures, capital structure A, B, C and D. So existing capital structure, that is 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakh and 10 lakh. This 10 lakh the company already has. ये जो 10 लाख दे रखा है यहाँ पे, इसके नीचे अंडरलाइन कर देना, ये ऑलरेडी कंपनी के पास 10 लाख रुपीस हैं. अब कंपनी को दूसरे 10 लाख लेकर आना है, और वो 10 लाख कंपनी किस तरीके से लेकर आ रही है, उसके लिए कंपनी के पास ऑप्शन है, ऑप्शन ए, बी, सी एंड डी. ओके, सो ऑप्शन नंबर ए, व्हाट इट स्टेट्स दैट कि अगर सपोज पूरा का पूरा कैपिटल कंपनी न्यू इक्विटी शेयर के फॉर्म में लेकर आ रही है, यानी कि पूरा का पूरा कैपिटल यानी कितना, 10 लाख रुपीज. तो दिस होल 10 लाख रुपीज इन द न्यू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल. तो यहाँ पे क्या लिखा, न्यू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल दैट इज ऑफ रुपीज 10 lakh. Then in option number B, what it state, it can arise 50% as equity capital and 50% as 5% debenture. 10 lakh will be divided into 50%, so that is 5 lakh, 5 lakh. This 5 lakh is again in the form of equity share, and rest 5 lakh will be in the form of 5% debentures. So this is again 5 lakh and 5 lakh. So this is again 5 plus 5, 10. ये 10 ऑलरेडी कंपनी के पास है, और ये 10 नया आया. 5 plus 5 जो 10 हुआ, ये कंपनी के पास नया आया है यहाँ पे. Then again for option number C, it can arise the entire amount as 6% debenture. So this 10 lakh this company already has, and 6% debenture that is 10 lakh. पूरा का पूरा कंपनी किस फॉर्म में लेकर आ रही है कैपिटल, 6% डिबेंचर्स के फॉर्म में. So that is your 10 lakh. And lastly, option number D, it can arise 50% as equity capital and 50% as 5% preference shares. 50% as equity shares, so again वो यहाँ पे लिख दिया न्यू इक्विटी के फॉर्म में मैंने 5 लाख. एंड लास्टली क्या है यहाँ पे, प्रेफरेंस शेयर. कौन सा प्रेफरेंस शेयर है यहाँ पे, 5% प्रेफरेंस शेयर. कितना है, 50%, तो वो कितना हो जाएगा, 5 लाख. अगेन ड्रॉ अ लाइन ओवर हियर एंड देन calculate the number of shares outstanding at rupees 100 per share. जितने भी हमारे पास यहाँ पे शेयर्स अवेलेबल हैं, उसका मार्केट प्राइस कितना हमको बता दिया गया है, 100 रुपीज. द मार्केट प्राइस इज 100 रुपीज. ओके, सो द नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स आउटस्टैंडिंग एट रुपीज 100 पर शेयर. शेयर पर शेयर नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स यहाँ पे कैलकुलेट करने हैं. इक्विटी शेयर कितना है यहाँ पे, 10 लाख प्लस 10 लाख 20 लाख 20 लाख. Number of share capital is 20 lakh and the price is 100 per share. So how many share will be there, 20,000. In this case 10 lakh plus 5 lakh, so 15 lakh divided by 100, so you will get 15,000. Again over here only 10 lakh is equity share capital, so 10 lakh multiply by 100, 10,000. Again 10 plus 5, 15 lakh divided by 100, so that is 15,000 number of shares. Now come to the next part, that is calculation of earning per share. Here firstly we will write EBIT. Now even if we opt for option A, B, C or D, our EBIT is constant, that is 1,20,000, 1,20,000, 1,20,000 and 1,20,000. Now as per this format EBIT, now we will what we will do is we will reduce the interest on debentures. So interest on debenture, how much the interest on debenture is, so over here there is no debenture, 5% and 6%, there was nothing debenture over here. For this case B, there is 5 lakh at 5%. So here we will write 25,000 as a debenture, and in this case 10 lakh that is on 6%. So 10 lakh ka 6%, that is your 60,000, and over here there is no debenture. So again calculate your EBIT, that is 1,20,000, 1,20,000 minus 25,000, 95,000, 1,20,000 minus 60, again 60,000, 1,20,000, again 1,20,000. Now reduce the tax. Here it has been stated, see this one, the tax rate is 35%. So the tax rate minus 35%, 1,20,000 का 35%, यहाँ पे लिख लो tax rate at 35%, 42,000, 95 का 35, 32,250, 60,000 का 35%, 21,000, and again here 42,000. Now you will get profit after tax, that is 78,000. This amount and this amount. Now lastly, what was there over here, it was preference dividend. What was the dividend? So in this case A, we don't have dividend, we don't have preference dividend for A, B and C, but we have preference dividend for the D plan. How much? So preference dividend was 5% on 5 lakh. So what is the amount over here? That is over here 25,000. So subtract this, you will get this final amount. This is your net income. Now from this net income we will calculate EPS, that is earning per share. Earning per share, what is the formula for earning per share? Net income divided by number of shares. These are your net incomes of 4 plans. Write down this net income, and then we have already calculated the number of shares: 20,000, 15,000, 10,000 and 15,000. So divide it, you will get this as your number of EPS. These are your EPS. So if we compare the EPS, for plan A we have 3.9, for plan B we have 4.12, for plan C we have 3.9, and for plan D we have 3.5 as EPS. So the highest EPS that we are getting is in for plan number B. So here we will select this plan B. Okay, now this was the first rank. Okay, now for the second, if I want to give the second rank, to which plan I can give? Just look at over here, A and C both have same. So here 3.9 and 3.9 both are same. Here your new method generates, that is point of indifference, that is indifference point of leverage, where the EPS, where the EBIT is same, that is 1,20,000 and 1,20,000, and your EPS is also same, that is 3.9. So this sum closes over here. We don't want to add something over here, but from this analysis we can say that now here a new method starts, that is the point is indifference EPS. Okay, so now here starts a new topic, that is indifference point. As I said before, that EPS when EPS and EBIT both are same for plan A or plan B, or you can say any number of plan, when the EPS and EBIT both are same, there generates a point of indifference. Now what does this indifference? That I have already explained you. So for this we have various formulas. Starting with, take an example. I will just send you this image. Starting with option number 1 and option number 2. Suppose if option number 1 we have equity shares only, and for the new option which we are going to obtain we have equity share and debentures. मतलब मेरी कंपनी के पास इक्विटी शेयर है, ठीक है. जैसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन में हमने देखा था ना, 10 लाख रुपीज की रिक्वायरमेंट आ रही थी. 10 लाख मेरे पास ऑलरेडी है, और ये 10 लाख रुपीज मैं लेकर आ रहा हूँ नए वाले. 10 लाख रुपीज जो मेरे पास है वो इक्विटी शेयर के फॉर्म में है, और जो मैं नया 10 लाख रुपीज लेकर आ रहा हूँ वो मैं किस कॉम्बिनेशन में लेकर आ रहा हूँ? इक्विटी शेयर के फॉर्म में एज वेल एज डिबेंचर्स के फॉर्म में. रेशियो अभी मायने नहीं रखता कितना कैपिटल मैं किस फॉर्म में लेकर आ रहा हूँ, बट द फैक्ट इज इफ आई एम हैविंग सपोज 10 लाख रुपीज एंड आई एम गैदरिंग अनदर. अभी जरूरी नहीं है कि ये 10 लाख और ये 10 लाख सेम होगा. सपोज यहाँ पे 10 लाख है तो चलेगा, यहाँ पर अगर सपोज 5 लाख है तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन वो 5 लाख किस तरीके से आ रहा है? आधा इक्विटी के फॉर्म में आ रहा है, आधा डिबेंचर्स के फॉर्म में आ रहा है. So what will be the formula for indifference point for calculation of EBIT? हर बार हर क्वेश्चन के अंदर हमको यहाँ पे फाइंड करना है, that is EBIT. EBIT that is equals to N1 upon N1 minus N2. अब ये N1 क्या है? N1 is number of shares of this. N1 so number of shares, इक्विटी कैपिटल मेरे पास है लेकिन उसके अंदर नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स कितने हैं? सो वो हो जाएगा यहाँ पे N1 डिवाइडेड बाय N1 माइनस N2. N2 क्या है? इक्विटी शेयर ऑफ ऑप्शन 2. ऑप्शन 2 के अंदर कितने इक्विटी शेयर्स हैं? सो दैट इज योर N2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय इंटरेस्ट रेट 2. इंटरेस्ट रेट 2 यानी कि कौन सा है? डिबेंचर का इंटरेस्ट. Secondly, suppose if I am having the equity share, and for the second option I will be having equity share as well as preference share. So formula for my EBIT will be N1 divided by N1 minus N2, that is same this and this, multiplied by this is preference dividend of option 2 divided by 1 minus tax. 1 minus tax. Again for option 3, if I am having equity share and for the new option, I will be having all the three plans, like all the three options: equity share, preference share, and debentures. So my EBIT will be N1 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by bracket, that is interest rate 2, सेकेंड ऑप्शन का प्रेफरेंस का डिबेंचर का इंटरेस्ट प्लस प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 माइनस टी होल ब्रैकेट. क्लियर? These are the basic three small formulas. Now the fourth one is I am having equity share and debenture. Now equity share and debenture that I already have, and for the new option the capital I will get equity share, debenture and preference share. मतलब मेरे पास equity share जो मेरे पास अभी कैपिटल है वो equity share के फॉर्म में भी है और डिबेंचर के फॉर्म में भी है, और अब जो मैं कैपिटल लेकर आऊंगा वो इक्विटी के फॉर्म में भी लेकर आऊंगा, डिबेंचर के फॉर्म में भी लेकर आऊंगा और प्रेफरेंस शेयर के फॉर्म में भी लेकर आऊंगा. उस केस के अंदर ईबीआईटी का फॉर्मूला क्या बनेगा? N1 अपॉन N1 माइनस N2. ये याद रखना, N1 यानी कि ऑप्शन नंबर 1 का इक्विटी शेयर है, नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर. N2 यानी कि ऑप्शन नंबर 2 का नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर है, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय इंटरेस्ट रेट ऑफ डिबेंचर्स ऑफ प्लान 2 प्लस प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड 2 ब्रैकेट 1 माइनस टी ब्रैकेट क्लोज होल माइनस N2 अपॉन N1 माइनस N2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय एन इंटरेस्ट ऑफ 1. ये छोटा सा फॉर्मूला है अभी, इससे और भी छोटे छोटे फॉर्मूला आएंगे बाद में, लेकिन ये छोटा सा फॉर्मूला याद रखना है आपको ईबीआईटी का. देन अगेन one more small formula when I have equity share, when I have already preference share, and the capital which I am going to take is in the form of equity share, debentures and preference share. मतलब अभी जो मेरे पास कैपिटल है वो इक्विटी शेयर के फॉर्म में है और प्रेफरेंस शेयर के फॉर्म में है. अब जो मैं कैपिटल नया लेकर आऊंगा दैट विल बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर, डिबेंचर एंड प्रेफरेंस शेयर. सो माय फॉर्मूला फॉर ईबीआईटी विल बी N1 divided by N1 minus N2 multiplied by interest rate 2 plus preference dividend 2 bracket upon 1 minus tax rate bracket close whole bracket close minus again a bigger bracket N2 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by preference dividend 1 divided by 1 minus T whole bracket close. So that was again one of the smallest formula. You know, इतना तो पता ही है कि मैं small formula किसको बोलता हूँ. Now the second one is again a very small formula when I already have equity share, preference share and debenture, and the new capital which I am going to bring is again in the form of equity share, debenture and preference share. मतलब तीनों चीजें मेरे पास ऑलरेडी हैं और जो मैं नया कैपिटल लेकर आ रहा हूँ वो वापस तीनों चीजों के अंदर मिक्स कॉम्बिनेशन के अकॉर्डिंगली लेकर आ रहा हूँ. सो हियर योर ईबीआईटी विल बी N1 upon N1 minus N2 bracket interest rate 2 minus preference dividend 2 upon 1 minus T bracket close minus N2 divided by N1 minus N2 bracket interest rate 1 plus preference dividend 1 divided by 1 minus T bracket close. This one will be your formula for the last one. So I will send you this formula image. After finishing this, go to the slide number 28. That is the last slide of this chapter. So this is problem number 4. Here the financial manager of the company has formulated the various financial plans to finance rupees 30 lakh required to implement the various capital budgeting projects. These are the 4 different projects available to you, and these are actually the 4 different questions. This is whole as a one question, but it can be asked individually as 2 mark question also. At the end, what you need to calculate is you are required to determine the indifference point. Indifference point means when EPS and EBIT is same. For each financial plan, these are the each financial plan. Assume that 35% corporate tax rate and the face value of equity share is rupees 100. So starting with the first financial plan, either equity capital of rupees 30 lakh or rupees 15 lakh as 10% debenture and 15 lakh as equity. So here we have equity share or debenture and equity. So first identify from these 6 formulas which formula is applicable. Here we have equity along with equity and debenture. So this one will be applicable. So here the EBIT is N1 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by interest rate. Here in this question we have equity share capital that is of 30 lakh. So N1 will be 30,000. So that is 30 lakh divided by 100, that is price per share is 100. So number of shares will be 30 lakh. 10% debentures were rupees 15 lakh. So 15 lakh 10%, that is INT interest rate 2, that is of option 2 is 1,50,000. Equity share again rest of the capital was 15 lakh. So 15 lakh again N2 will be 15,000. 15 lakh divided by 100, so that is your 15,000. Now this is the formula for EBIT, N1 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by interest rate 2. 30,000, N1 is 30,000 divided by again N1, that is 30,000 minus N2, that is 15,000 multiplied by interest rate 2, that is 1,50,000. 1,50,000. So EBIT you will get is 3 lakh. This is your final answer what you need to calculate in this question. But to verify whether this answer is right or wrong, you need to calculate EPS. How to calculate that EPS? Again we have two options, option number 1 and option number 2. This is option number 1 and option number 2. Your EBIT, what was your answer? 3 lakh rupees. 3 lakh rupees. Interest on debenture. Is there any debenture in option number 1? No. So dash. Is there any option available for debenture in option number 2? Yes, that is 1,50,000. So write down here 1,50,000 minus 3 lakh. Again over here 1,50,000. This is your profit before tax. Now subtract the tax. The tax rate they have already mentioned in the question, it was 35%. So 3 lakh multiplied by 35%, that is 1,05,000. Again 1,50,000 multiplied by 35%, that is 52,500. So ultimately this is your profit after tax, 1,95,000 and 97,500. Is there any preference share in option number 1 or 2? No. So dash again you will get this 1,95,000, 97,500. Now this is your NI. What you need to calculate is you already have your EBIT. What is the main objective of this indifference point is your EBIT and EPS should be same. So to calculate EPS, what is the formula? NI upon number of equity shares. So NI is 1,95,000, 97,500 for option number 2, 97,500 for option number 2. Again, number of equity shares available for this, N1 is 30,000, 30,000, 15,000, 15,000. So ultimately divided, you will get this EPS same 6.5, 6.5. So basically this question is your right. Now read the second question, that is either equity share capital of 30 lakh or 13% preference share of rupees 10 lakh and 20 lakh equity shares. So first we need to identify from this that which formula will be applicable. So here we have equity share capital along with equity and preference share. So the second formula will be applicable. So EBIT will be N1 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by preference dividend 2 divided by 1 minus T. In this question, your equity share capital is 30 lakh. 30 lakh. So N1 will be again 30,000. 13% preference share of rupees 10 lakh. 10 lakh ka 13%, that is 1,30,000. Equity share, rest of the capital is of equity share. How much? 20 lakh. So that is N2 will be 20,000. Ultimately, the total capital over here will be 30 lakh, and here also the total capital will be 30 lakh. EBIT, which formula we will use? N1, that is N1 upon N1 minus N2 multiplied by preference dividend of 2 divided by 1 minus T. So N1, that is 30,000 divided by 30,000 minus 20,000 multiplied by preference dividend 2, that is 1,30,000 divided by 1 minus corporate tax is 35%, so 1 minus 0.35. So that is, you will get your answer as 6 lakh as your EBIT. Now again, to verify whether this answer is right or wrong, you need to calculate EPS, that is earning per share. Again, option number 1 and option number 2, and note that to calculate this EPS, it is compulsory. You have to compulsorily solve this EPS. EBIT 6 lakh. Is there any debenture available over here? No. So dash 6 lakh. Tax rate is 35%. Subtract this 35%. What is this? This is your profit before tax, profit after tax. Now then again, preference dividend available for the option number 1? No. Option number 2? Yes, it is 1,30,000. So 1,30,000, subtract this, you will get NI, that is 3,90,000 and 2,60,000. Now calculate EPS. 3,90,000 divided by 30,000 just because here N1 is 30,000. Again, 2,60,000 divided by N2 is 20,000. So ultimately you will get this 13. This is the rough work. So ultimately 13 and 13, hence your answer is correct. So now what you need to do is solve this third and fourth. For any query you can contact me, and few other questions also I will give you in your homework. Thank you all.